Hey folks, I'm CPC Gamer and welcome to the stream. Have I always done a countdown on my coding streams? I don't remember. I certainly am doing this now. Rickstras, Quaka, Lurkers, welcome on in. How are we all doing? Hope the answer's good. There you go, we're going to start with a hydrate. We don't quite need it today. It's not 40 degrees out today. It's cooled down a bit, so that's good. That's good. So, today we are programming. That's right, and we are. I was gonna go out to the screen. Hi. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried as to how this one's gonna go because we are programming something pretty substantial. Honestly, it's kind of chunky and meaty compared to the other games that I have done. While the other ones have been a couple hundred lines of code, this one's a couple thousand. It's 3 pages. Oh no. I don't get why some of the more compact, basic stuff hasn't worked. I don't get why Lawnmower Simulator ran like that. However, whatever, right? What's the worst that could happen? We'll debug it. We'll grab Ollie and Kizuna and all the others and just hey, please debug this code. Hopefully, looking at it, it's really, really well like commented. So yeah. All right, well, let's get into it. This is we're gonna make a fishing game. Is what this is. This is the most fine then, I'll do it myself stream. I do like myself some fishing mini games, so why not do such a thing my own self? You are on number 4. That's you. Also, music by Glacier from Stevia Sphere Bandcamp. I love it. It's good music and it's cheap and it's all like license free, so you just play it. As long as you tell people that's where it's from, you're good to go. All right, go sub. Go sub 200. Go sub 490. Page. So I haven't done one of these for a while. So for people who maybe aren't familiar, maybe don't know, at the beginning of each line, the number, that's the number of the line of code that it is. So you see line 80 there, go sub 200. That sends the code to the subroutine established on line 200. The little colon there is essentially telling the CPC and then rem is remark. So line 80 will throw the code to line 200 and then not do anything. Remark is a comment, essentially. Typically, Rickstress uses escape characters for what she's doing. So, like, nope, that's the full stop. Like that, that's typically what I use for commenting code. Doesn't work like that on the CPC. Gotta use rem. Alright, what do you go sub 990? And then this, I can just put whatever nonsense I want. Like, because the code isn't... Because it's a remark, it's not reading what comes after the word rem, I can just type bananas if I want. But putting it like this makes it so that when it comes time for debugging, and let's say 920 go sub 1170. Let's say there's an issue with the penalty subroutine. Well, I can just look at this and go, oh, okay, let's look at the code listed at line 1170 and go from there. Go sub at 1260. Oh, graphics. This game's got graphics. It's gonna be dead good. 70. That's the important one. 1470 is the game loop, and you can tell because this subroutine is like 1,000 lines later. 100 is all multiplied by 10. It's still, right? That's a big gap. $23.60 end of game. Right. 160 ink 0 ink 126. Why did I think that said imk? It didn't. Oh, that one says icken. Oh, I don't know. Ink. Ink 0 and ink 126 and ink 226. Nothing. And ink 324 and paper 0 and border. What's that? 8. CLS, clear screen. Incidentally, this right here, this is why I strike my zeros when I write them, because I've been working with Locomotive Basic in some capacity since I was 4. A mere years ago. I'm just used to striking my zeros. I don't dot my O's, because Locomotive Basic doesn't. Some home computer fonts did. I want to say C64 did? I don't know. Go sub 2410 and you are RAM way in. That's what you are. 190 RAM. Oh, see, look at this. Look at this well-commented code. Line 190 doesn't even need to be there. But it is. So that if I'm just poking through the code, I can find it and see what it is. Anyways, for I equals 232 to 255, read some codes. Symbol is and then that's next I and return. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one of those. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 6. Not 1, 2, 6, actually. Well, hey, if subtitles are on, hello Quacker Mum. If not, everyone type lovely things about Quacker because we like Quacker in this channel. She's pretty cool. Line 250. 204. 51. 204 again. 51. 204. 51. Ah, dang it, I hate when games do that. Especially if I'm not going to type it correctly. 04. 04. Whoop, excuse me. That is the standard CPC speaker noise. Hate it. 204, 51, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Hey, guess what? We're doing this again. Is that the same thing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 33. Oh, and 8. 20, 17, 34. Each of these data values corresponds to a parameter, and I forget what it is. Kazumi told me what it was. It's... In terms of sound, it's something like octave, tone, duration, bend, something, something, something. I forget what it is. Unfortunately. I've been doing this a while, but I've also slept since the last time I've done coding. So, like, I bono. Alright, 2, 8, 08, 20, 20, 17, 17, 34. 34. This is why we double check. 08, 20, 20, 17, 17, 34, 34. Yes, good. Line 290. 149. 85. 80, 66, and 2. The font that this is written in this magazine, the 66, like the number 6, does not follow the same as the other numbers. It looks like that's weird and wrong, and I don't like it. 33, 145, 149, 149, 85, 80, 66, 2. I have to know what the conversation is between the quakas now. Like, yes, Mom, this is a little penguin who is writing code on 40-year-old hardware by hand. I don't know why. They just find it basically interesting, like sitting down and... Like, this is carving a chair out of wood, is what this feels like. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'm writing this. Thanks for querying, Rich. Just let's get that conversation going. I must know. What are they doing? What the quokka doing? 300, 34, 40, 68, 68, 84, 80, 16, 16. 8. Oh, rest in peace, CFAX. Lord Binface will bring you back. Count Binface will bring you back. Even. Let's go, CFAX. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's called that because you type it in on the screen and you see facts. See facts. You see, it's clever. That's why it's called that. Tart, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Hope we're doing well. You join us This is a particularly big, chunky project. Normally, my CPC coding is 20 minutes to half an hour per program. This is probably going to be the whole stream. Dude is here! Hello! I'm sorry, I have no crosswords for you today. Although, I have genuinely considered firing up, like, crossword bundle on the AMStream just to see what that looks like in this day and age. 248, 232, 168, 136, 254, 14 and 7. Now what I'm hoping to do is to not just put my head down and rush through this code, because that's what tripped me up with one of the last ones I did, where I had to go and make an appointment, so I just forced my way through to the end and then spent the equivalent time in the next stream debugging the code. I could have just spent that time typing it correctly. Hello, Sloth. Welcome on in. You, yes, nerd. Spoilers, you are also here. So, here's your Uno card. Take that. Run with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're a nerd because you read 300-page books in 4 days. Honestly, I'm really proud of that, and I'm proud of you, and I want you to know this. I have said to Ricksters previously, I worry that I'm consuming books incorrectly. 11, 14, 51, 196, and 8. Because I read through books really, really quickly. Not that quickly. Although, I got through the rest of Us Just Live Here in about that sort of time, I suppose. Regardless, I don't read that quickly. But I do read quickly. And I worry that I'm just, you know, not consuming this media correctly. Am I just looking at words on a page and going, yeah, I get it. Next chapter. But realistically, there is no incorrect way of reading. I suppose if you ate the book, that'd be kind of wrong. But yeah, you know what I mean. 15, 55, 207, 62, 252, 212, 68, and 206. Gonna read both books because you added notes and doodles for your friend. You are adorable. /P. But like, that's really cute that you would do that for a friend. I like that. If I may, what books were such things? This is when we come to like, you know, science textbooks. Dang. Project Hail Mary and the Martian. Ah, cool. Cool. Where am I at? 380, 17, 34, 58, 59. 59. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 7, and 15. 5, 6, 7, 8. 16. Hello. I'm singing a lot. Was The Martian the one that used pirate ninjas? I feel so bad because I forget the name. It was turned into a movie comparatively recently, and it's like I'm sick of using the phrase kilometers per hour. It doesn't mean anything anymore. They're called pirate ninjas now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oh yeah, Project Hail Mary wasn't that played in space recently? Like they projected it. They somehow did IMAX in space. I don't quite know the logistics of that. Six, 8. Excuse me a second. I just need to go pause something. I'm gonna go over here and do that because I had something paused that is now unpaused. And just give me a second. I'm gonna get back to everything that I was doing, like so. All right, 410. 001 0011 131. Cool. Funny line. I'm not sassing anybody in binary, alright? Everything is good and fine. Don't worry about it. The last book where I cried reading it. Wait. Rickstress, how far through the Vanishing Cherry Blossom bookshop are you? Because it was that book, and I don't want to talk about it if you're not to the bit that I want to talk about. 4:30. Huh? Nope. Don't need data twice. It's just the one time. Thank you very much. 7, 1, 6, 7, 2, 4, 2, 8. Going to get some tea. Feel free to spoil it. All right. Let me count this line up, and then I'll do that. 8, 4, 30, 7, 7, 127, 254, 228, 92, 68, 206. Now I know how Ollie feels. Kazumi, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Ollie's channel introduction thing is the Lincolnshire Poacher. That's really, really funny to me. I think that's very, very clever. Anyways, the last book that I cried when I read it was The Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop, which I bought because the the cover was cute. All right, don't judge me. 8. And well, you know what? We're 44 lines into this code. It's going pretty good, let me tell you. And yeah, no, so I bought the book because it looks cute, and then I read it. And then chapter 2 is about an old man who has Alzheimer's or dementia or some sort of diminishing mental capacities. And for a brief moment, the magic of the book brings everything back to him, and he remembers. He remembers his wife, and he remembers their first date, and he remembers their first dance, and he remembers the thing that he promised her when they got married, that he promised her he would never forget it, and then he had to because his brain just went. But he remembered, and I'm just there in the lunchroom at work, by the way, just like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. And yeah. And then I think the last book I cried at before that was like my JavaScript textbook. So, you know. Swings and roundabouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This looks like character set data. This one is character set data. This one is defining the characters of the game. So this is going to be setting up what everything looks like, I believe. This code is so well commented, Kazumi. Like, every 10 or 12 lines, here's a REM statement going, okay, here's what the next bit of code is. I'm like, oh my god, yes. Please, continue doing this. Let me know just how everything works, please. I want to do that. Sorry, you saw my cursor a little bit. I do type in the REM comments, because you have seen me debug some of this code before. You've helped me debug some of this code before. And it's useful. Because you and I have gone, well, this looks like something to do with the character set data, but I don't know. I can't tell. But if the console throws out, oh, there's an error in such and such, well, we can go through the comments and find out where that code is. Or if, you know, the music doesn't play correctly, well, go find the music chunk, and then that's where it is. Wolf, hello, hello. Well, come on in. Wolf was streaming just now, and I was watching. Good shout. 54, 26, 16, 34, 16, 26, 7, 8. If this were the level of coding that we were currently working on, or if, like, merchandise was popular back when the CPC was out, I feel like that would absolutely be a t-shirt. Like, 10 print I am a basic bitch, 20 go to 10. $862 and like that. Yeah, so there you go. That's a whole bunch of like character set data. And then line 480, title page. If something goes wrong, I know just to list line 480. Wow. How's everybody doing? Hope we're good. Wolf, hang on, let me scoot along over here. Can I type? Oh, I sure can. Wolf has started streaming lately, and playing The Legend of K. I don't recognize it. Like, I looked it up, and I'm sure I recognize seeing that box on the shelf. You know what I mean? But I've never played it. Like, Sudeki comes to mind, because I have a copy of that. Oh! See? Look at that! That's the sort of thing where I'd have to make a line marker and get back to it next week. Or we could just fix it now. Thank you very much. 126, 219, 32. Pick 0 and then border 9, clear screen. Yeah. You're very welcome for the shout out. People, it's always good when friends support friends, especially when you're starting out streaming and it feels like just nothing's happening. So, yes. Everyone go join in Wolf. It's something he's been talking about for a bit, and joining in for a bit. Yeah, it's great. We're having fun with it. Keep drawing. Move 6179 and draw a bunch of things. Good. There's a typo in this. There's a typo in this write-up. Thank you very much. Let's correct that. I'll be honest with you, it puts me in a good mood that this code is going to run the first time. Don't worry about it. I've downloaded the finished project and turned it on. So I absolutely know that this will run on the hardware I am currently trying to run it on. Don't mind me. I'm just turning a fan on. Whew, it's heated up a little bit in here, my goodness. Or is that just my code? Nah, it's the sun. There's a hash on this thing. That one. Is that a hash? That looks like a hash. Insomnia Aaron. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Irashaimase, everybody! Give me 1 second, I need to go and close another streaming window because I was watching Empirical Woodland as well. Yeah, Empirical Woodland was playing the Majora's Mask, is what? I says to Rick, I feel really bad because 2 of my friends are streaming at the time that I said that I would be streaming. And they started first, and I'm watching them. Oh, I'm sorry guys. It's fine, here we are. Hi, how we doing? If you need to go and do some self-care, go for it. Get a drink. I imagine your streaming room is an oven right now. I'm doing alright. I'm coding. And I think everything's going alright. Phone 53, 34, 7, 12. Paper number 1, number 2, CLS hash 1. Yeah, that's what the code says. Who am I to disagree with this code? 5, 34, 12, 20. Paper 2, 3. Clear screen 2. Sorry, Malcolm's Menagerie. I thought it was margarine marmalade, but what do I know? I was margarine. Margarine was the word that I said the first time. It's a good bit. Keep doing the bit. I like it. 540 window. Where's window 2? 34, 12, 20, paper, 2, 3. Yeah. I've got a poster of that up on my bedroom. The bureaucracy. 550, tag on, plot, -10, -10, 2, then 4, I-65 to 529, step 16. Oh, I never remember where plus is on this keyboard. Down there. I don't think that up there is supposed to be an asterisk. No, because I'm pretty sure we'll always read an asterisk as a multiplier rather than anything else. Alright, cool. -6. Print character 232. Nope. Next, turn tags off. Yes. Okay, 7.2 and print. United Kingdom. Exemplary debut, says AI viewers. That's a pretty terrible debut, I'm not gonna lie. This is yours, one thing. Get banned. Hot damn. Tell you what wasn't an exemplary debut is Rixtress. When I go, oh damn, that's Rixtress. And like, fast forward 2.5 years later and we're dating and stuff. Hell yeah. What am I doing? Line 580. I test 18, step 2, then locate. You were there for that empirical woodland. This whole thing is your fault. I'm going to gift this nice person a sub. Maybe they, them will stick around for gas. And oh, it turns out she's adorable. And I'm going to keep her. So, like, that was always the thing with, like, that was the difference between computing and video gaming. Computing was like this, what I'm doing now. And you can still play games with it. That's what I'm doing. I'm making a game. But gaming was like the Mega Drive. You put the cartridge in and you turn it on and there is Sonic 2, right? Whereas with computing, you had to, at least when I started computing, it was this sort of thing, or it was running the catalog. Searching the catalog, run spaceinvade.bas. And PC computing was much the same, navigating directories and finding the correct executable file, until Windows became a popular thing. And thank God, because as much grief as we gave it and continue to give it, Y'all ever use DOS? I much prefer just clicking on things. For iOS 1931, step 2. Locate I2. 207. My parents had the first home computer that my parents had was, we had a CPC. That was the microcomputer. But the first like computer that we had was like this decommissioned old thing from the hospital, actually, and we used it for writing letters and newspaper style, just pages of text, I guess, making little gift cards and greetings cards. We had a couple games on it, but it was mostly there as essentially a word editor and clip art shuffler arounder. You know what I mean? Where are we at? 590 for I-1931, step 2, locate I2, print character 207, and go next. I used it for high school mostly because I have dyspraxia and I can type real good. Please ignore how well I'm doing with the CPC stuff, but I can type really well. That would be an altogether different contest, Kazumi, and not something that I necessarily want to watch, nor participate in. Alright? That is, we do not yuck people's yums on this stream. If that's what someone's into, that's what someone's into, but no. I will... I'll keep my thing to myself, thank you very much, and it's not that. Well, dude, you've seen me do crosswords, right? And I'll be like, oh yeah, the answer is, fishing. And my fingers will just, yeah, I'm going over there. And with word processing, I can just delete that. And that's one of the benefits of using computers over just handwriting everything. And that's why we got, my dad got the CPC to help with his university degree. I used the family word processor to type up my homework because my teachers would always mark me down because I had very poor handwriting, and that was and is utter garbage. Thank you very much. Please look at the content of my work, not necessarily the presentation. Oh, you gotta make it look really nice. So that's why we got an easy to use word processor. So that I can... Is that done right? Not typed like that, it's not. shouldn't there be a comma or a space there? No, right? Because all the rest of this code is... The rest of this code is just print characters one after the other. It's got my eye on you, code. I'm gonna make a note of that. 6:30? Question mark? See that? Got my pen and paper ready to go. I'm good with my stitch markers today. Locate. 25, 10. Print character. I tell you what did annoy me, speaking of such things, is all my high school teachers noticed that my grades went up when I was able to type rather than write. And they made the observation, I know what I'm doing. It's just a case of getting it on the paper in a manner that can be read and within the time frame. It was like my second or third year of college when somebody went, hey, I kind of feel like you would benefit from typing up your written exams, yeah? Yes, please. And same deals. Suddenly, my grades go from not very good because I can't write very quickly or well to just up because I can type really, really quickly and I can get the information out of my head and onto the page and then just go with it, right? Way easier. I'm annoyed that it took so long. Well, this in part is why my parents got the first proper, I guess we'll call it, computer that they had. Like a Windows machine, right? A little compact. Because I was required to do more and more stuff throughout high school, which a standard, just dumb terminal text editor couldn't do. So, well, I guess we're gonna need to upgrade, because if the boy needs this to get his words out, you know. Also came with a copy of Worms 2, and oh goodness. Oh no, it came with a demo of Worms 2, rather. I bought Worms 2 with one of my first paychecks, which wasn't technically a paycheck. 650, locate, 24/11, print characters. 253, 245, 246. 53, 45, 46, 47. And then, yeah, that is line 660. It was more because the PC had a copy of Word, and Word allowed you to add your own pictures to it, which the DOM terminal couldn't do. It was strictly, here is, you know, Notepad, but you can add in any of these 100 pre-built pictures, which not really useful in high school, I guess. Yeah, see, this is the sort of thing that I'm thinking. This one wants me to add pluses between each everything. Although, to be fair, I'm not just printing the characters at this point, am I? My first word processor was like a newspaper creator, essentially. And when it came to essays, I would just set it to front page, no columns, or one column, whichever one it was, so that It wasn't split down the middle in 2s or 3s. It was just all the way across, all the way down, with a nice big header at the top. 235 and character 236. And 8. And 8. Now, what did auto mod catch you out on there, dude? Yes, it would have tried to block. It would have read that as a URL, and there it is. Don't be typing none of that in my chat, I guess. 10, 237, 238. It didn't block the whole comment, so yeah, you edit Q edit. Your friends were using X3 Gold, and you were on list.com. I had to type a comment. I didn't have to type. I felt like it. I typed a comment to Detective Heartache in her channel, which included the phrase "exploding testicles," and Twitch popped up like a browser notification. It took over the entire page, going, "Man, are you sure you want to send this?" And I'm like, Twitch, you don't know me. You don't know Heartache. She absolutely wants to hear this comment. Send anyway. The funny line. The not quite as funny line, honestly. Alright, locate 2210 and print. 2210, print that. Pen 2. Paper 3. Locate 1712. One chat here and block the word pineapple. I can't even... Was this a pineapple on pizza sort of argument? I can't imagine why it would do that. I know that sometimes, like, Nintendo games get kind of aggressive with some of the things that they block. Like, certain Pokemon and Animal Crossing games, you can't name your characters Grape or Ravioli as examples. But, like, pineapple's a weird one. I nearly typed 690. Guess what? That's the next line of code. I'm so good at this. There's one of the Discords I'm in that blocks the word horny, which is weird because when I bring this up, the owner of the channel's like, no, that's a permissible term and state on this server. Thank you very much. You can say that. You can be that. You can't say it. The bot doesn't like it, but you can go for it. Funny line. bracket keys are switched over one on the CPC. That's Shift 8, not Shift 9. Please type your name. Up to 15 letters. Right, just let me double check that mishmash. Right. Name has 16 spaces, while the length of the name, 1, 2 open, 1, 2 close, is greater than 15. Good. I'm not gonna look it up, but I may have to. I was going to, and I forget if I actually ended up setting it up. There's a particular word that will just make the bot yell at you. It's not a banned term, but at the same time, it's the only way to trigger this response from the bot. I forget if I may have set it up and then turned it off. Am I gonna say what it is? No, because I don't know. I remain confident at some point it will come up naturally in conversation. It hasn't in 4 years. It might. What are we doing? Input name like that. I feel like pineapple on pizza is one of those things where at this point people hate it because you're supposed to hate it. Right? Like, why do people hate Nickelback? By and large, because people hate Nickelback. Yeah, screw those guys. You may have a reason. I feel like I have a reason. But, man, I just hate those guys. So, the bit that put me off with Nickelback, right? Somebody layered 2 or 3 of their songs over one another. And it was the same song. Like, the same chord change and vocal fries and lyric lines and all of it. And like, alright, that's kind of lazy. But at the same time, if you listen to some of the stuff that I like, you know. Yeah, exactly. So I like a lot of dance music. If you listen to most of what Yuzo Koshiro's put out lately, how many of his tracks start with a kick drum, a ride cymbal, and a sustained synth? I would argue basically all of them. I can only think of one off the top of my head that doesn't do that. Alright, line 770, locate 122, print character 20. But you see what I mean? I feel like a lot of people will just go, man, Nickelback sucks. Right? But can't fully articulate why. Changing tack. Comic Sans. People don't like Comic Sans. They are correct to not like Comic Sans, but I don't think people can really tell you why they don't like Comic Sans. Excuse you. Capitalization, please, and thank you. This is very important, AMStream user. It looks childish, and it's trying to imitate something that it can't because it's a font. So Comic Sans is trying to imitate the look of, specifically, Alan Moore's Watchmen, but comic book lettering in general. And you can't do that because comic book lettering was, at least, done by hand. So each letter T is going to be slightly different, and each letter H is going to be slightly different. And Comic Sans is trying to imitate that, and it can't because it's a font. It is frequently used inappropriately. Feedback I have given to work, legitimately, I have fed back to somebody at work, on a workshop I think it was a Comic Sans. I thought we were a Fortune 100 company, not a lemonade stand, right? Don't be using your whimsy over here. Oh no, Kazumi, bracketeering is best with a full game, especially if that full game is able to quickly communicate with one another. Hey, wrong window, but you are correct. Bracketeering is a great game, but it doesn't work with, 3 or 4 of you. Right, what are we doing? Line 790, locate 1023, and print. Shift or joystick to reel in. Print. Key to start the match. Quickly! Everybody! Tot spotted. There she is. She's hiding in my code. You can't. Oh, what a pro. Can't escape her. She's lovely. Right, and then, yeah. Cool. 810. Yeah, dude, was it you? Golly, no, it's not. Thank you. No, it's supposed to be 8,72. That's location data. Move 872 and draw 682, 72, and draw 682, 8, and draw 8, 8, and draw 872. Cool. The rest of it's correct. I hope. I hope. That's going to be the window in which the game takes place, I think. Wait, no, we're still in the title screen code, so that might be drawing. Yeah, so that's going to be, here are your controls, press any key to start the match, and I think it's going to draw a rectangle around that to create a title screen of some sort, rather than just having text on the screen. A nice little touch, which I appreciate if that's what that is. 820. Oh, Lord, where's that? Shift and 6. Oh, BB18. Turn. So this is to initialize everything. Wooly, hello, hello. Thank you very, very much for a look. Please stick around if that's your jam. I do coding streams at the weekend. This is Locomotive Basic from like 1984, thereabouts. I do proper gaming streams like what Twitch wants us to do during the week. This is just a little treat for me to get really frustrated with old programming and bash my head into a wall. When it works, it's great. Randomized time and key def 76132. Oh goodness, now we're setting up a bunch of variables. Look at these. Don't, because you can't see them. Now you can. 850 fish caught. Wait, no. YPO... Yeah, YPO1. Tipo, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Hope we're doing good. This is just what I get up to at the weekend. Among many other things. Read into that as much as you wish. But yeah, no, I'm doing alright. It's cooled down a little bit outside from the blazing furnace that it was. And now I am here doing a little bit of coding. That's how I knew it was YPO1, not YPOL, because the very next variable is YPO2. YPO2 is 24. Cast is nothing. E is nothing. Flag is nothing. Alright, come on, come on, come on! Cross has a boss that reverses how the grid works. Clues are to what should not be filled in. I feel like that's a really good idea for a boss, but not when it is then timed and every incorrect thing knocks time off, which is how that goes. I believe is how you've explained that to me. Alright, what do we got? Weather int multiply by a random thing plus 1. Depth is that's RND multiplied by 20. Plus 11. Penalty. I'm gonna be honest with you, Empirical. I've played a lot of P-Cross games, and what I will do with something like that, that's where I will just use the roulette function. Give me a starting line, and I can probably figure it out from there. Because, get out of here! But yeah, Tipo, glad that you are okay. Hope everyone's doing okay. It's Sunday afternoon. We should be chilling, potentially in a felonious manner. Hopefully, we are. Right. So what do we got? Fish caught, FW, XPO, YPO1, YPO2, cast, E, flag, weather, depth, penalty. R&D multiplied by 10 plus 1. Wow, the kerning on this part of the code is not great. It's almost like this is from a hard print magazine from the 80s. Oh gosh. I wish I had a copy of Amstrad Action. Copies of Amstrad Action still. They're available online, but they're very hard to read. They weren't digitized very well. Nope. Restore 870 for I equals 227. Read. 5 plus 1. And go next. Grego, hello. Welcome on in. Hope everything's great. Hope everybody is enjoying me etching individual ones and zeros into stone tablets is what it feels like I'm doing when I do this. Please enjoy cuneiform. Oh, goodness. All right, get ready, everybody. This is where we have some fun. Data. Right. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names. Do we have any input for names? Kazumi, no fun on the internet as far as Keir Starmer is concerned. Thank you very much. No, none of this. Get out of here. So this game has its own pre-built. So data. Michael Kelsall and Robert Kelsall and Sean Wilson, and so it goes on. But you know what? I think we can do better than that. How long are these allowed to be? Hang on. That's not how it's listed here, right? I would have thought so as well. But it's legit. It's just listed as here's the data. Now, you're not wrong. Oh, I like these. All right, let's go for those. Right, we are gonna have. I'm going to 8. All right, hang on. 870. Quotes? Question mark. Because legitimately, the code that I have here is just data, and then a list of names separated by quotes like that, which I'm guessing is the same as the character data at the start. But this is text. I'm gonna trust you. Perhaps against my better judgment. What's the longest one of these? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm gonna say these have to be 15. Yes, because our character name has to be 15 characters long. So I'm gonna say that just to make sure that everything lines up correctly. So, what have we got? Do you fit? Right, you fit. Alright, so we have Hugh Jorgen. I certainly do. It is my blessing and my curse. 1, 2, 3. Colonel Snazzy Pants. Hugh Jazz, sure thing. Empirical. Empirical, I'm not putting bad wrestlers into this. Oh, I put Jazz, excuse me. Jazz, Hugh Jazz. Oh, what we got? Colonel Stash, because he didn't want Private in his fake army. Major Stash would have worked. But they had to save that for Major Guns. Do you get it? Because... boom! How many do I need, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I need 6. I will one-up you there, Kazumi. Let's also follow the... There we go. I'm going to pass on that one because I'm going to forget. I'm going to say it at speed and just get banned on Twitch. 2, 3, 4, 5. I just need one more. I thought that you guys would want to jump at being in this game. Oh, who's the first person? Empirical Smith. Okay, who's the next one? Dude Smith. All right then. 2, 3, 4, 5. Harry downstairs is a little too long. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14. Yeah, but Amanda Hug and Kiss is also a little bit too long. You know who else we're gonna have? I know who else we're going to have. Maple. We're not... Do you know what? Yes. Out of everybody who would appreciate being taken out for a joke like that, it's Maple. We'll never be free of her, but she's living on in this code. Just in your mind. You know what? There you go. I know, I know. If we're talking about representation, there you go. Paging to the front desk, Mr. R had a sparking job, and his friend I'll be fired. Right, are we okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Amazing. Is that long enough? Yes, it is. All right then. Dr. Acula. Are you a vampire? I don't see how that's appropriate right now, sir. But all being well, we will be able to save his neck. His juicy, juicy neck. If the weather is 1, then the weather is sunny. Rec bait is 7. Rec hook is 15. Should there be a space after the first weather? So here's the thing, dude. I'm going to say no. There is one in the type-in that I have here, but the very next line is if weather equals 2, not weather space equals 2. So I'm going to say no. Let's do it like that. If weather equals 1, then the weather variable is sunny. Recommended bait is 7. Recommended hook is 15. Recommended hook depth is -1. Yeah, see, that's the very next line. Then the weather is raining. Rec hook depth. Rec hook, rec bait. Okay. I haven't quite read far enough ahead in the code, but I'm gonna say recommended. Because when we get to line 1040, that's like, hey, what kind of bait do you want to use, right? I wish it was raining too, Empirical. Alas, here we are, slowly broiling. Okay, 890. If the weather is 2, then the weather variable is... Hold up, I skipped the line! There you go. Oh, is that where it is, dude? All of the rain has gone to you. There is genuinely not a cloud in the sky right now. It's perfect. I hate it. I wish it would rain. Right, if weather is 2, then the weather variable is cloudy. Recommended bait is 3. Recommended hook is 17. Recommended hook depth is depth -2. Dude. Try 40. 40. Try that. I don't like it. It says to Rickshus yesterday, and this is true, I felt the sweat running down my body and pooling in my socks yesterday. Like, ugh, why is the store open? Because customers will shop in it, is why the shop is open. This is when customers come in and go, man, I can't believe you're open today. And we just sort of look at them. You know that look from The Whale? That's how we look at them. It is... Madam, it's you. You're why we're here. Same sort of deal like when we're open till 11 o'clock at Christmas and people are shopping there at 11 o'clock asking why are we open at 11 o'clock at Christmas? But because you're here! Feck. Rec-ounces. Rec-ounces. There you go. 4. If the flow is 1, then the flow is fast. That could be a good beat. Like, hey, listen to me coding. The flow is 1, then the flow is fast. The expiration date infinity, they so fresh. Recommended ounces is 4, 9, 30 if it's 2, then the flow variable is steady. Is slow. So that makes sense. If the flow is... If the flow of the river is fast, then you're going to want to use more bait because it'll get taken away. Makes sense, makes sense! Look at that! Exactly, dude. Alright? So, we had, last Christmas, we had what in any other world would be a snow day. There's so much snow. I appreciate some of my American viewers. Good 3 or 4 inches of snow. And it essentially shut the country down. Nothing was working properly, except for our store. And same deal. People would come in and be like, there's no staff working today. Can I get some help, please? Where are all the staff? I'll tell you where the staff are. In bed, under blanket. With hot water bottle and cocoa. Because, god damn! 1, 1, 10, 1, 1, 0, 2, 10, minus 1, 1. 2, 3, minus 5, and 1. Speed. Ink 40, 18, and return. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think you'd be open today, and yet... Nah, what bugs me is when it goes the other way. Is when customers go, I thought you'd be open right now. And like, not. I'm standing outside locking the doors and running the shutters down. I'm not. And you'd think, right, the number of customers who think that can they just pop in and buy something? I don't know who here has worked retail, but I can't just open a till, right? There's this whole opening sequence to the entire store. I can't just run a packet of crisps through the till for you. Sorry, there's no money in those tills, and the card readers aren't working right now. Line 1000! Hello, everybody. Print tab 13. Fishing log. Cross-stitching is old school pixel art. You are correct. I used to do cross-stitch. It was something that I really enjoyed in primary school, which honestly, I think was my parents' way, or at least my school's way, of trying to get me in on the hand-eye coordination thing, because I wasn't very good at it. What? 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 But yeah, in primary school, I did a little bit of cross-stitch. I did my name. I did a little cat. And it's something that I've looked at doing again, but at the same time, if anything, I feel like I could pick up crochet. One of my sisters does crochet. She also does powerlifting. Okay, pause. Locate 7.5. Input. What hook size? 10 to 25. Space, semicolon. There we go. Hook size equals the value of I. Except this time, I put the brackets the right way around and everything inside the brackets that needs to go there. Yeah. If hook size is less than 10 or greater than 25, then locate it. But yeah, one of my sisters does crochet, and I'm thinking that could be something for me to look into, because I feel like after a while your hands would just go into autopilot if you were doing like a blanket, let's say. Rick's just shown off the TARDIS blanket that she's made, or if you were making granny squares, which then Voltroned together into a blanket, right? I feel like you could just go into autopilot. I'm watching a stream, and my hands are just creating this thing. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of interesting to look at, but I'm quite clumsy with my hands, so who knows? Pen 3, locate. 7, print. Which bait? Luncheon meat. AKA spam. That's a joke that my dad used to tell a lot, and my mum hates it. Whenever he would go fishing, even when he goes fishing now, he sits down and eats the bait because my dad uses like packed chicken or spam for bait. And he's not like maggots. Welcome back, Deuterino. Okay. That lad. What am I doing? What? What's made of leather and sounds like a sneeze, dude? A shoe. What a cheesy joke. Earthworms. Bread. Oh, where's my code gone? That one. Okay. Print bread. 3D print that bread. 1060. Locate 1111. Why is print capitalized? I don't know. Oh! God damn it! But thank you for calling attention to it. Do you see the mistake I've made in line 1050? I'm going to debug that next time. Locate 19.9 and then air quotes print? You know what? I'm going to be silly. Alright, hang on, just let me get back to my next line over here. That 1070 locate 1913. See, I did it again. At least I caught myself this time. What else do I have on Twitch? I don't know. That's category 5. Subs, bits, emotes, and points. There you go. Subs, bits, redeems, and channel points. There you go. There you go. 1080. What a good game. Remember that Work Your Body track? I like that Work Your Body track. Probably less so if I heard it now. Input. Input. Press 1. Come on, locate 1116 input. Shouldn't that have a print command? I feel like I'm just... No, because input is asked... Okay, yeah, input, and then it'll wait for what I want to do. Okay, okay. But I'm still going to write that down. And then that is you. If bait is less than 1 or greater than 8, then locate 3016, print some characters, go to line 1080 and ask for the bait again. Do it correctly! The water has a depth of depth meters. Put a space after of. Do you know what? Yeah. Because otherwise it's going to say... It's going to run it as one word, right? Depth of 3 meters, like as one word instead of 3 meters. Unless thank you, Empirical. Thank you. Just regular type water today. We're doing great. 110. Locate 319. That. Yes, okay, so that's not a recursive line, but a line that will throw to itself if it is wrong. Okay. So, 1110, locate 319, print 20, like that, input. What depth will you fish at? Keep that going. Hi character, if that is nothing, or less than 48, or 1, 2, 1, 2 greater than 57, then throw to 1110, else hook depth value is that. Okay. Thank you very much. He's got no audio. See, Ollie's great. He's really good at the complicated number puzzles. And then he shows up and he's just like, hello, here's fundamentals of CPC basic. Like, heck you, I'm so glad someone remembers more than I do. If the hook depth is greater than the depth, then go to 1110 because you can't fish deeper than what the water is. Good. What weight will you use? Locate 321. Print. The water is flowing like that. Locate 321. Nope. Locate 322. Input. What weight will you use? 110. Variable I. Now this is in the value in stored I. Okay. I think that's really good. The fact that it's just using the one variable to store literally everything, because all it needs to do is to call it, and then that's what it is. Yeah, as in player input. Obviously, ounces is its own thing. That's why it's a separate variable. But yeah, that's pretty decent. Alright, 1140. If ounces less than 1. What am I doing? Character 20, print character 7. So, here's another interesting little quirk in the code editor. This particular, like this guy in the typing, it's got space after it. Why? That's just how it was written out when the guy typed it up. Ounces. Where that then locate these are that. Go to okay. I like how I double check what the REM statements say. Is that correct? Again, I could say absolutely anything. Doesn't matter. If bat bait is oh, okay. So if you just dump in a whole bunch of bait, then you're not going to get as many fish. If you don't use enough, you're also not going to get enough. But it looks like... Oh, that's why. Because I've missed a line. 1170 is if hook size is greater than or less than... less than or greater than the recommended hook, then penalty equals penalty plus 2. And then this one is if the bait is bigger or less than the recommended bait, then penalty plus 2. Rec ounce says then penalty equals penalty plus 2. So yeah, 4 separate variables for how the game wants you to fish. And if you're not doing it right, potentially 8 penalty. Oh, that sounds like it could go real bad, couldn't it? Good job I've got everything written down in the code and I can just read that. Penalty 0, because I wrote it. I wrote it down. 1210. Return. Character 32, character 32, character 252, character 241. Oh, that's at the bottom of the page. I can't scroll that down anymore. Heck. I mean, I gotta follow the lines with my eyes. 10 to paper 1, locate XPO -1, 7, print. Character. 32, 32, 252, 241. Then, locate XPO -1. Yeah. 8. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be draw the top line of the guy, draw the second line of the guy. Yeah, because next is going to be draw the third line of the guy. Ooh, look at this. Fancy 3-line high sprites. What will they think of next? So that's 32... Character 32. Mate, this could have been done on 2-3 separate lines. I'm not gonna lie. Work, work, work is what I'm thinking when I come to run this, dude. Don't even worry about it. 18, print. 32. 242. 243, 244. And locate 200 minus 1, 9, and then same deal, right? Print 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 things. One 9. I mean, this is just graphical data, right? So if this is wrong, it's a case of just opening it and poking, just changing these digits to whatever they're supposed to be. I just like to get it right the first time, you know? I haven't. Literally line 1050, but, you know. Right, XPO19 is 253. Yes. Screen graphics. Mode 1. Ink. Like that. Ink. Like that. Oh, God, look at this. There's lots of hashes in this one as well. I can't believe, dude, that they're ever going to create a screen bigger than 320 by 240 or whatever the hell. So, why would we need 4 line high sprites? Thank you very much. Crazy talk is what that is. Hash is that one. I do like games that run along that sort of thing. Horizon Chase Turbo, at least the first one, is essentially, what if Outrun was the best rally driving game ever made? It is. Well, what if we just made even more of it? Well, then I would buy that immediately, Horizon Chase Turbo, and I did. And you should, because that game's great. Right, clear screen number 1. Go. I have highlighted the wrong screen. Go. Where's window 2? Why has that done that? That's why that's done that. I did that when I was in college. I showed off like the first hard drive, the one that was like loaded into an entire plane, because that's how big the damn thing was. And I'm like, behold, 2 of God's own megabytes. Let me tell you about hardware change. And I'm annoyed. I'm still annoyed that the lecturer marked me down. He's like, you didn't mention anything about emails or the internet. I did. I said, we are all the same age. We have all grown up before the internet and emails. We all know how amazing these things are, so I don't need to touch on it. Let me tell you about MIDI. Let me tell you about VGA. I don't know if you were here for this one, dude. I was talking about my dissertation in university and how I made a video game. And the guy tried to discourage me from doing a video game because I wouldn't pass. Mainly because he... his background was multimedia, so he wanted me to do like a flash animation or a cartoon. Because he would have a frame of reference for how to properly grade that. And like, have I hand animated everything or have I just used motion tweens? And I'm like, I'm a gamer. I'm going to make a game. Hang on. I'm going to include this line as written, but it opens with a rem statement? For I equals 0 to 144, step 48, then move I310, then draw I334 to, then move I21, then draw... Right, so what's that? Line 1310. GNU, I am indeed using an old game magazine. So it's entirely possible that the next month's issue of this is going to go, alright guys, hands up, we done got it wrong. For some reason, we deleted line 1310. Don't rem statement 1310. The number of times I've done type-ins for Amstrad Action, and like Dude and Kazumi have helped to debug it. And then if you look at the next month's issue, it's like, yeah, so we told you to throw to a bunch of variables that were never defined. Oops. Well, so that's the thing, Kazumi. And that's where I have gone wrong in a couple of the things that you've helped me to debug. I seem to recall Lawnmower Simulator did it, where it was like the variable was speed, but I was trying to call sped. And I'm like, Why isn't it working? Because it's trying to read variable sped, and I never set that up. So it's just, alright, sped, cool, 0, I guess. I don't care. It runs. But because like that variable wasn't otherwise doing anything, it wasn't enough to crash the game. 1324, I think it was 8 to 152. Step 48, move I 310, draw I 34 2, move I plus 2 310, draw I plus 2 334. Next. I really like, just to show my age, I need to write I as a number, so I naturally go for 1. Why wouldn't I? Who knows how to read Roman numerals? I for 1. Alright, 334, then. Something that I remember, GNU, is I would copy a lot of the stuff from the How to Code with your Amstrad book. You got this lovely rainbow book with the actual like computer deck itself, and it had, you know, how to draw a circle, how to call a variable, how to store something in that variable and call another one. So you could say, wow, GNU, you are 24 years old, or, you know, whatever that happened to be. And, oh, hey, that was pretty cool. And then at one point, one of my sisters saw this and thought it was gibberish and went, I'm going to write a letter now, and just mashed her hands into the keyboard, and I got so annoyed. Legitimately, I was like an hour into that, and she just slapped her hands on the keyboard, and I'm really, don't do that. It's important. It was like a bomb defusal game that I was writing as well. The idea was you had to input a number between, let's say, 1 and 100. What number is it? And if it was 45, you go, well, that's too low. 87, well, that's too high. And you had 10 guesses, and then the bomb would explode. Real basic stuff, right? Obviously, locomotive basic. But basic stuff. I got so annoyed. Alright, 1340, move, 0, 334, draw. 4J, 326, 2318, step minus 8. Man, when's the next REM statement? It's not for a while. Okay, cool. That's fine. We will get back to this a little later. Draw 152J, move 208J, draw 640J next. What are we programming? We are making a fishing game. Although, having said that, we are coming up on about the time when I'm going to need to step off and go see my parents. So we're probably going to get to line 1,400 and then call it. And then we'll pick up next time. And yeah, it's actually about halfway through the code. Can I explain the language a bit, please? I have seen my parents before, and their dog, who misses me very, very much, because I have never fussed that dog, ever, according to that dog. But no, that's our tradition. I always go over on the Sunday, and I say hello, and we have tea together. It's quite nice. I like it. 16, move 152, 334, draw 2, 8, 310, 1, 2, 4. Kazumi, for sure. That people who do not have one or both have often said that. Obviously not a universal truth. I have friends who've gone completely no contact with their parents for varying reasons, and like, hey, go for it. That's just how I am. So GNU, what we're seeing is on the very left-hand side of the screen. Wait. Yes. So the very left-hand side of the screen is the line number. So in this case, line 137. The console will just execute it in order. It's also useful for when you want to use subroutines, or I don't mind the go-to. But don't use go-to command. You'll summon the Velociraptors. But that tells the code how it knows where it is. Yeah. It's... Yeah, so colon separates commands. I mistakenly, but kind of basically refer to this as and, or and then. So, move to 152 and whatever the variable of n is, and then draw 208n, and then n is n minus 6, and then do it again, or go next, and so like what have we got? We have got up here, we're defining various things, like this is what the window is going to look like. Paper is going to be color 1. CLS is clear screen. Do I work for a Chinese drive-thru by any chance? I don't. Sorry. This word is confusing me and we're not sure it should be there. Rem is remark, which is essentially commenting out this line of code. So I'm wondering if that's correct. I don't think that's correct. Like me, Kazumi, and Dude are all looking at that going, surely not. No! I kind of forget where we're at in the game code. Yeah, see, there you go. Line numbers would be incremented by 1s. But that means that, let's say you do 10, 20. Well, now I've got the potential to add in line 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. If I needed to. We have had some jank looking line numbers. Do you remember the last one, dude? Where it was like, it went up in 5s except for when it went up in 2s? Is the semicolon in line 1300 correct or a matter of habit? Yes. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna do the next few lines of code and then to quickly switch to a different instance, and we can do some little basic-y bits. If this is interesting, I have put up I put up a couple of my coding streams on my channel. Go watch my channel, everybody. Hi. Q is over there. What does tag and tag off do? Let's blame the heat for me not fully knowing. See, this is why I'm glad that Kazumi is here, because Kazumi knows way more about this than I do, or at least can recall this faster than I can. So I'm like, yeah. So in this instance, it would be line 1290 and 1300 are starting off by going, hey, there's graphics, draw this, stop thinking about graphics and go back to, not machine code, right? Go back to basic. Back to basics. Yeah. 1380, pan 1, paper 0, for I equals 1 to 5, read. Next, read PQ, then click PQ, then print RD variable and go next. What a nice, easy line of code. Here's some data, everybody. 5, 11, 8, 12, 15, 13, 31, 11, 37, 11. Right. That is going to be it for this game for now. Give me a second, everybody. This is not the disc change dance. This is me doing something else. Where is my button? That one? Right. I believe everything is fine. Can I just do this from here? Oh, I can. Amazing. All right. So yeah, I'm not done just yet. The go-to. GNU. The go-to is very simply, line 10 prints the phrase hello world, 20 throws back to line 10. Yeah, I know that I could have just cleared it and typed it out on my own. It's fine. You put semicolon. Now, it's not forcing a line break. So we would do hello world space. There you go. Oh, if you know C64 Basic, then I'm not, honestly, but I know that it shares a lot of similarities. Like I say, I'm certain you could do pretty much the same code that you've just seen. Print hello world 20 go to 10. But yeah. Also, yes, Rixtrus, you missed the spin. I like the disc change dance. It's one of my favorite emotes. There is one of the streams on my channel. Ollie gave me a one-line text adventure, which was you are lost in a cave. Which direction do you want to go? And then it just threw back to the start of the line. You do have the ability to poke in Locomotive Basic. To me, it's more of a pokes with cheats. That's how I associate it, right? It's poke this variable to be 255, and now you have infinite lives, essentially. You know, that sort of thing. Oh, the great cave adventure, dude. Love it. Yeah, so that's a quick little look at the basics. What we will do is next week we will come back and putting you on hold. Oh, thank God. Next week, it's still here. Next week, what we're gonna do is come back and finish up this, hopefully finish up this, and get it to run. God, I hope we can get it to run. Whenever I'm doing game design, I like to throw in the line, a twisty little maze of passages all alike, just to see who gets it. Alright, here is the ending screen. Everybody. Apparently, Tiny Child has been asking, hey, where's Cass? Why is Cass not here right now? Well, because I'm programming. You don't want to come and look at me programming? Probably not. Let's go through the heartache, because I mentioned her earlier. Along with the phrase, exploding testicles. Do you want context? No, you don't. Do come back next week. I don't know what the hell I'm doing stream-wise. We'll figure it out. So come back and find out. And until next time, goodbye.